Hey everyone, if this is your first time to my channel, hey, how's it going? Welcome to my channel. My name is Emily and today I am bringing you another mad science makeup video. I'm really excited to show you guys this one because I am doing a highlighter based on the brand new Becca Cosmetics Parisian Lights highlighter. Now I'm sure you guys have seen it, but if you have not, here she is in all her glory, and I think that this highlighter is one of the prettiest things that I have ever seen. But it's like 40 bucks, and don't get me wrong, I will spend 40 bucks on a highlighter, but I am trying to be better and trying to do kind of like a low buy or a no buy type of situation. So I figured that I would go ahead and try to make it myself, and I think that I may have gotten pretty darn close. From what I can tell, I am in fact wearing it today. So if you are interested in finding out how to make your own Becca Cosmetics Parisian Lights dupe highlighter, let's go ahead and get right on into the video. Hello everyone, it's me. I'm back. I'm doing another Mad Science makeup video and we are doing yet again another highlighter. So I have this empty pan here, and I actually just emptied out an old eyeshadow from Ruby Kisses. I don't know, I got it at a salon supply store. It wasn't good, and I had no problem sacrificing him for this experiment. So the next item we are going to need is our plate or little tray. Like I said last time, this is the top to the container of some Trader Joe's chocolate covered coffee beans. I want some of those right now. You can see by the scratches, I have been doing all sorts of weird stuff at my house, making all sorts of weird makeup, and kind of preparing for the videos that I'm going to be making. So, you're going to need this little fella. You're going to need your rubbing alcohol, just like last time, a spatula of some sort, a knife, a fork, a spoon. Okay, don't use a fork. That would not work later on in the process. A spoon might work. The smaller the better because you're going to have more precision this way and you're going to be able to pack the shadow in a lot easier later on in the process. Then you are going to need your two items that you want to turn into a highlighter. So I have Colourpop's Now in Zen eyeshadow. This is like a super light icy gold color. It's not quite white. It has a gold base, but it's super icy to the point where I wouldn't use it personally, maybe on rare occasions, but I bought it. It's phenomenal, but I just am not about the color. I think I'm a little bit too warm toned for this, even though it is a gold color. It's very pale, as you can see. Then, this is going to be kind of controversial, I suppose. People might get mad at me for doing this, but this is a Natasha Denona shadow, Golden Peach from the Joya palette. Now don't get me wrong, I think this is an absolutely beautiful shade, and if I loved shimmers, I would be all up on this. Back when I used to use shimmers all the time, I always used colors like this, rose golds, peachy rose colors, whatever it was, I was using it. But shimmers look awful on my eyelids. I have explained this many a times, and I'll explain it again. I think I have hooded eyelids, I'm not sure, but shimmers just don't work with me. I use a glitter glue, I use primer, whatever. It just doesn't work. I'm not going to force it, but I would absolutely love to have a golden peachy light highlight. And, you know, I've seen some online that you can buy, but I'm not getting use out of either of these guys, so let's go ahead and turn them into something that I will use. So, just like last time, we are going to go ahead and start with the spatula. He is our handy dandy helper today. We are going to be taking the eyeshadow or whatever you are using. In this case, it is Now in Zen by Colourpop. And then we're going to start scraping out some of it. Now, I'm not going to scrape out like so much that I don't have this shadow anymore because I still want to have this. There are some rare occasions when your girl wants an icy goldish highlight. So I will have it in preparation for that. So I'm only going to scoop out maybe like 3/4 of this, which still leaves me with a lot of the product. So that's why I like doing this, is that I kind of get 3 products for 2 because I'm not going to use all of this shadow. I mean, if it was a color that I was like head over heels dying for, absolutely I would use all of it, but this shadow specifically, I'm barely using it, so I'm still going to be able to have it, which is nice, but I'm going to be able to have a variation of it that I would use more as well. And that's why I really like this series, and that's why I'm really excited to bring it to you guys, because I'm sure that you have products like this, and now you could have something that you're going to use way more and still have the product that you already had in the first place. So for me personally, I am scraping out about 1/3 of the product. As you can see, we still have a lot of product there in the pan, and we might need to add some more later, so I'm just going to start out with this amount right here. As you can see, the pan that I have chosen is a lot smaller than the pans that are in front of me right now, and I did that on purpose just because I don't know if this is going to be amazing. I don't want to waste too much product if it's not amazing, and if I'm just using a little tiny amount, then it's not a whole big deal, but I have a good feeling about this. So then we are going to take Natasha Denona's Golden Peach. Now, if you love Natasha Denona, avert your eyes. I am sorry. I warned ya. So with this guy, this is super dark, so truly I don't need that much at all. It's probably enough, and as you can see, I still have a giant amount of my eyeshadow, so it's not like I'm really wasting very much at all. So to me, that looks pretty decent. We might need to add some more of the darker color or more of the lighter color later, just to get the color that I want specifically, but let's brush this guy off in here, and we'll brush this little fella off there. And I'll go ahead and swatch these for you so you can see what the original colors look like. Aren't those just absolutely beautiful? And then let me mix them together and give you guys kind of a, hopefully a rough draft of what I'm going to be working with at the end here. I mean, look at that, like a peachy, icy, but still gold shimmery color. That's like my dream. This is my dream come true. I really hope this ends up like this because I want this, but I don't want to pay for it. So I'm gonna go ahead and start pouring a little tiny bit of rubbing alcohol. Like I said last time, you're gonna want to have a chunky, kind of thicker consistency when it comes to the shadow. The more alcohol you put in, the less likely it is to be usable in the end. So if you are really light-handed with the rubbing alcohol, you'll probably end up with a really nice, smooth highlight that looks good on the skin. But if you pour a lot of rubbing alcohol into this, this just turns into like straight up liquid, and not like a thick liquid highlighter. Like, it turns into liquid, and it's almost impossible to scoop up the product and put it back in. So then you have to just keep putting more and more product in and wasting more product, and that's why you really want to do it little tiny bits at a time. So I just need like a tiny little drop more. That's probably good, honestly. And the more you press and the more you really work those products together and incorporate everything, you're gonna get a way more smooth highlight. It's just like cooking, you know, you want to really incorporate the sauce together, you know? I mean, I'm a horrible cook, so you should not take advice from me on cooking, but it's that concept, you know what I'm saying? Add some more of the white color because it's looking a little tiny bit dark. So let's go ahead and go back into Now and Zen and just start to, you know, peel off some more. And just so you guys know, when you start to do this, just do little tiny bits at a time. You don't want to really take out a giant chunk of the product, because then it's going to be harder to incorporate later and to mix together in the initial mixing process. Okay, that looks decent, I think, I hope. Now I'm going to do a tiny, I hope, bit more alcohol. That's what I was going for there, but I think we may have gotten, oh no, I think we may have gotten a little bit too much alcohol, but that is okay. I can come back from this, I think. So a little bit more of the product. Come on, dude. Oh God. This is messy, so definitely have like, oh my God. What? Okay, well, we're gonna keep going because I'm not a quitter. So keep on mixing. Actually, that looks really, really nice. That may have been just what we needed. So now go ahead and grab your pan, and we are going to start loading her up. So take a scoop of the product. I took most of it because why not? And go ahead and just press it into the pan. And that looks like a nice color. Oh my God. That looks like a really nice color. I am super excited. make sure that you smooth everything out nice and even. It's really, really easy with these depotting spatulas. You can get these on Amazon. I know Z Palette sells them, but I know a lot of people hate Z Palette, and you know, it's understandable. With good reason they hate Z Palette, so if you don't want to purchase from them, Amazon is the way to go. I have only this one, but I want to buy more because I love depotting and I want to have extras. I'm crazy like that. Okay, so now we're going to take the very last portion of it and just kind of eyeball. As you can see in this part of the pan over here on the top, I have way more product, so we're going to try and focus the rest of the product at the end of the pan and fill in those gaps. It's not super important or anything if you have it super smooth looking or super nice looking, especially if you're just making this like for yourself and you're not going to tell anyone that you did it. It doesn't matter what it looks like, but you know, I like to take that step above, and I'm an overachiever. Just kidding, I'm an underachiever. I'm like the queen of underachieving. And let's go ahead and take the last of it. We are just going to smooth her out. I can't wait to see what it looks like when we are all done here. I feel like Bob Ross. Like I'm talking in a way more calm voice right now and painting the happy trees. Got my little squirrel in my pocket, gonna feed him some snap peas. Bob Ross was an absolutely incredible person. Okay guys, so for me, that's about as good as I'm gonna get. I could try a little harder, but I want to save as much product as I can in this guy because I have a feeling that I am going to absolutely love it. And I'm gonna let it dry, and then I'll come back as soon as this is done and we will test it on the cheekbones. So as you can see in the swatches, I think that it is pretty darn close. I'll go ahead and insert some swatches of the original highlight up here so you can kind of compare, but I think that it's really, really close. What that highlight is supposed to be is a really light, kind of icy, rosy color with a gold shift, and I don't know if you can tell by the swatches or by the pan itself, but that's basically what I got, and I am really, really excited, and I might honestly just turn the entire two shadows that I have into just the highlight itself and make a big one and put it in a big old highlight pan because this little guy right here is usable, but it's pretty small. But I am really happy with this, and if I ever get the chance to buy that Becca highlight, or if I ever find out that it's discontinued or it's going to be discontinued, maybe I'll pick it up. But until then, I feel pretty satisfied with what I have created here. So that's the main goal of this series that I'm doing on my channel, is to find something that you want and try to make it at home, and maybe you won't need to spend the 40 bucks because I already had these two shadows lying around and I was not using them, and now I don't have to spend 40 bucks, and that is freaking awesome. But with that, guys, I really do hope that you enjoyed this video. I love making these. I feel like I said earlier, Bob Ross or a mad scientist. It's really fun to be able to make my own stuff and to be able to save my coin. So I really do hope that you consider subscribing down below if you like this type of content. Got lots of makeup goodness happening here on this channel, and I really hope that you are having an absolutely amazing day, and I hope to see you next time. Bye!